beyond the noise of the mind, beyond the constant thinking, beyond the constant mental activity, there is this background of silence, this background of presence, of awareness. And it's really in that background silence that one finds peace. And I think it's foundational for peace that one cultivates a silent mind. And this doesn't necessarily mean a mind that has no thoughts in it, though those states of no thinking or no mind can be really peaceful too. It's more about recognizing that in the background of thoughts, there is always this presence. There's always this silence that the noise is arising in. There's always this space in which thoughts are arising. And the more that you familiarize yourself with that background space, that background of silence, the less that the noises of the mind disturb you. You become able to allow these thoughts to come and go, and they don't disturb you because you're not identified with them. You're not finding your sense of identity in the mind, in the thoughts about yourself, thoughts about reality, or thoughts about anything. They're just thoughts. They're never actually able to define what it is they point to. They're just symbols that represent what they point to. And this is really helpful for communicating and learning about things and transferring information, but no words are ever going to be able to really define reality. So when we see that thoughts are incapable of defining reality, defining truth, defining ourselves, we can stop taking thoughts so seriously. We can see they're just thoughts. Most of them are just subconscious reactions that come up and, come and go, arise and fall. And so the less seriously you take your thoughts, the less interest you have in your thoughts, and the more interest you have in that silence that is beyond thoughts, the more peace you'll find, because you familiarize yourself with that silence and find peace in that. And then thoughts can come and go as they please, and you're not disturbed by them. So practice cultivating a silent mind, whether that is experiencing states of true silence in which there is no mental activity, or if it's just recognizing that silence that's in the background of thought. So a practice that you can do, and I really recommend doing this practice outside, because for me anyways, it's easier to tune in to that inner silence when I'm outside in nature and all I hear is bird sounds instead of cars or airplanes or other noise that one may hear in the city. But a practice that you can do is to close your eyes and just listen. Listen to all the sounds around you, in your environment, whatever the sounds are, and try to listen to that background of silence that all of these sounds are existing in. Every sound comes out of this background of silence, exists in this background of silence for some time, and then goes back into that silence. But that background of silence is always there. It's like space. Objects can exist in space, arise out of space, exist for some time, dissolve back into space, but that space is always there. Or like the sky, clouds may arise and pass in the sky, but the sky is always there. And so your awareness, your presence, your being, that silence within yourself is always there. And the more that you focus on that, the more you familiarize yourself with that, the more peace you'll have. And it's not so much cultivating a silent mind, though that's a way of saying it, because you don't really have to cultivate it. It's already there. It's always there. You just have to recognize it and familiarize yourself with it. And the more you do, the more you'll be able to relax, to let go of the obsession with thinking, trying to solve everything with the intellect, with the mind, and the more you can just find peace in this moment. So I invite you to take some time to just sit in silence and to feel that silence that is beyond all of the noise. So even if you're sitting in silence and there is noise in your mind or noise around you, try to connect with that silence that's still there in the background. So that's it for now. Much love.